How to deal with PTSD and anxiety issues. Okay, let's be real. There's a lot of people out here in the world. I mean, I won't get into percentages and stuff like that that deal with PTSD and anxiety on a day-to-day basis. I myself am one of them. But there's ways to deal with it because I mean, obviously, everybody's not fortunate enough, myself included, to be able to go get maybe the help they need or the help they deserve, whoop de whoop, whatever, whatever. So here's other ways to help with those problems and those issues and stuff like that I like to do myself. You know, one more commonly known, working out. You know what I'm saying? When you work out, generally you can get the neurons and stuff spinning and turning in your brain and stuff, to really, get that energy off, that adrenaline off that you may have built up inside, stuff like that. Working out is way more than just about being physical, health and physically able, and ability to, lift and stuff like that. It's a lot about really like, mental health and emotional health, you know what I'm saying? And if let's say everybody's not, in that type of ability where they could work out and get that off, you could find things like to utilize your time and stuff like that, as far as like, maybe crafts and stuff, maybe hobbies, fishing, areas where there's a lot of greenery, stuff like that, it's always helpful, you know what I'm saying? And it can always get you, in a better place, in a more peaceful place. The objective is to be peaceful and, to be serene, to gain tranquility, and positivity. So once you go on that route, you can't be wrong. And another thing, keep negative people out of your aura. Sometimes it hurts. Sometimes you got ties. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes you got ties to negative people. You know, whether it's a woman, dealing with her kid's father, whether it's a man dealing with, his kid's mother, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you do have those ties. And sometimes, it's sad to say, but sometimes you gotta just clip those ties, And there's ways around that and stuff like that. I know the system that we in is constructed so ugly when it comes to the nature of a man and his child and stuff like that. They give all the rights to a woman at birth. It's crazy. Man gets none. Man has to withstand challenges of day-to-day life. Man has to, try to follow up. Generally speaking, when it comes to the cost of living, unless you're in that upper tier, making, hundreds of $1,000s a year or whatever like that, you generally have to work probably about 50 to 60 hours a week if you're on child support to actually even be able to not just pay the child support, but to be able to live yourself. I'm going to be real. If you're working only 40 hours a week or under 40 hours a week and you're on child support, and this could just be for maybe two to three kids, you're probably falling under the poverty line. You probably don't live alone. You probably barely could support yourself. You probably have had times where you was either close to homeless, or who knows, maybe worse, And I just say that because you got a lot of men out here, what I'm saying, like that commit crimes, do wrong things, bad intentions. It's like a conversation I had with my grandmother years ago. Great woman, beautiful woman. And, the deal was, I told her, I was like, well, I was like, how do you know the difference between good and bad? And I think I probably was a teenager when we had this conversation. I was like, how do you know the difference between good and bad? It was like, because, you got people in life that do good things with bad intentions. And you got people in life that do bad things with good intentions, and just to, give an example to that, you got people that want to gain all the money just to, do something, whether to hinder someone else's growth or to be harmful to someone else's growth, you know? Then you got people that may commit crimes and they were actually doing it, as in, let's say, selling drugs is wrong. No one should do it. Never. But, when you're sitting in a poverty situation, when you have no other option, when you have bill collectors calling, 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 it's not easy to see a right path. It's not easy to see a righteous path. You just see the path that's laid in front of you. So always try to explore your options. And even when you don't have any options, explore for options. Money is not the root to all evil. The love of money is the root to all evil. With money, you can do great things. With money, you could do great harm. Always try to figure out what side of the spectrum you want to be on. I'm not even going to make this religious, but you don't have to sit here and be able to quote the Bible to live right. You don't have to sit here and be able to quote the Bible to know right from wrong. You don't have to sit here and quote the Bible to try to do right from wrong. Just do and let it be. Life got a funny way of working itself out.